the best Christmas artists of all time. Now, again, don't want to say Daddy told you so, because I want everybody to win. But when I do my workshop, I will really nail home why I sold the let's go to SPY here. Hold on, guys. So first of all, Todd and I have traded for a while, and we check each other's data, and usually when both of us are right, it's a home run. So if you're new or you've been on the train, watch what we talk about, okay? Todd is an amazing trader, as are many of you. But remember when I said where the gap is, and Todd was like, you're on it. Look. The gap, remember when I sold my 530 calls and I said, hey, and I did my whole rant about the premiums on the Friday calls and why I'm going to sell them, and I sold half and then stopped out of the rest? Look, you got levels here. You got last week's low and you got the 89. Now, what happened here was I took a quick look. It's one of the most hard things to comprehend. Which is, don't worry about it. I'm going to get you to get it. Okay? Whether it's during the days in the chat or during the workshop. When I see that in the money calls for Tuesday are priced at what they are compared to calls that are up here for Friday, I'm gonna sell them. Now, I'll explain that. If you want me to go over it again, I can in the workshop or tomorrow during voice. Okay, I just want everybody to get it. However, I want to point something out. Can you please indulge me? Sentiment yesterday when we were here, due to this little thing in Japan going to the gap, was like, oh my god, we are ripping. Due to this end of day fuckery sell, usually amateurs and not funds. Why? Because obviously they bought in right here. Okay? Remember I had this conversation and I said, look, we might be getting some bearish sentiment. Granted, could I have held my 528 puts a little longer? Yeah, but I decided to not block my mind with myself, which is one of the most important things to do in trading. I'm just gonna get all out of SPY because I'm green on SPY. Okay, great. Now, I posted after hours. Look, I don't care what is going on. All you need to do is watch this trend line. Underneath, if we go down, this is your bounce spot. Go to US 500. You don't have to pay for data. Ding, try some calls there. If we break down here, short it. Okay, why? Because you'll get a W. However, if this spot here holds all night and this stow can even out, it is hyper bullish. I don't care what you say if you don't see any catalysts. It doesn't matter. You know why it doesn't matter? You had no fucking catalyst from here to here either. So don't beat yourself up if you traded SMCI. I mean, I did say I'm not trading it because of the contracts. Because I take one glance at the contracts, I'm like, that's a big move. I was really happy that the first move was to the upside, but with those type of margins and killing the stock with a stock split, shit CEO. That's all I'm going to say. Shit CEO. However, if you saw in the chat, I posted something. What is the biggest exit liquidity signal I've said for months? When they introduce options to their bogus ETFs regarding crypto. That's all we've been waiting for. That has now happened. So here's another thing to look out for. Inside candle. Okay, on anything. Here is a great example. Inside candle, boom. Inside candle, boom. Inside candle, boom. Now these inside candles, free indicator called inside candle. Put it on. Okay? I've posted this chart many times. I mean, come on. Again, like Todd said, the STO. That's the daily STO at 0 on Coinbase. Okay? Am I gonna stick my toe into it? Yes. Now, same reason I bought JPM calls for 4 cents. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, a pattern. Doesn't matter to me if it's inside day or pattern or STO. If there's a setup, I'll take it. Wham, bam, bam. Also, we went above the trend line. Sure, we've rejected with the rest of the market. Hey, yo, that's $10. What's stopping this if the market makers try to go crazy? We haven't even seen. If Iran does nothing, we're gonna rip. Okay? If Iran's counter is bullshit, we're gonna rip. Maybe Japan wants to fill the gap. We don't know yet. What I do know is looking at the data, not how at what I feel. Wham, wham. What would be the counter move to this? Wham, wham. What happens after inverted head and shoulders? Completes. Chop, 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 chop. Bang. Okay? So, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking to go higher here. Up to probably here. Why? Because this is the distribution level. Ding, ding, ding. Can we pull a crazy move? Yeah. Based on what? Based on them taking their money from... They told you today, half of the trade still needs to unwind. Okay, so the fear of the unwinding happens. What happens next? Well, suddenly JPM gets a freaking stick. So, and this is just using stupid logic, but if half of the unwind is done and we get to there, from there, I don't know. Just saying. Gonna keep my eyes out for it on it. Okay. I'm not being overly bullish here. I'm just saying don't brush off the fact that we can rip into your face, just like happened the other day. Okay? Meaning first half of today and last night. Then we're just chopping, basically. Why? I've tried to explain many times. Can this... Okay, here's another example. How can we sell hard? Well, if the VIX completes an inverted head and shoulders. But you got the VIX and you also got the indices and the banks kind of doing it. So who's going to win? We will see. That means we need to look at the Dixie. That means we need to look at the yields here. Okay, that means we need to look at stuff. Okay, what is my number one thing when the 10-year yield has been manipulated to death? Well, I look at that guy. Why do I look at the NAMO? Well, because this is ready to snap back big time. Do I think we have a bigger sell? Yeah. But I think that the sports calendar has been pretty on it here. We had the big sell. We had the bounce. Do we bounce more? Sell and then chug up? Why not? Crypto, clearly with this BlackRock ETF news afterwards, is going to get some attention. I'm already in CleanSpark. Well, why? If I wanted CleanSpark at 21 and was gunning for 24, why wouldn't I buy it here? Okay, another thing to look at is the up volume. We had 3 days down. Now, for bear capitulation, you need 90%. We hit 80 today, so we're not quite there. So again, I'm not quite 90% cash. I'm about 85. keeping my mind open and blocking the noise and seeing what happens. There's a lot of setups here that are very valid, in my opinion, to explore. Now let's talk SMCI. Okay, so shit CEO, got it. Overkill, sure. Is this a double bottom? Am I gonna see if I can flush this bad boy tomorrow? Yeah. Do I still think Nvidia is going to eat up the whole sector? Yes. Absolutely. Is it still over that big bite? Yeah. Can it move $12 in 2 days? Yes. Am I saying it's going to? No, not necessarily. But things can turn around. Okay? Am I ready to short this into oblivion? Yes. But again, once we rejected here, I kept yapping about the point of control. Why? It was down here. Right? It was exactly down there. They have now since moved the point of control up to here. Okay? Nice. There's a lot of support here. This looks funky. I know there's higher sell orders. I could have also taken Airbnb. I knew it was going to dump. I stayed away. Could I have wanted to be in UPST? Sure. But at this point in time, when there's uncertainty and these earnings have been as they are, you got to make a decision. I'm not going to touch them. And I'm not going to touch them. I mean, I'm not. Stick to what's moving. Nvidia being down here doesn't matter. We can still go higher. Did I love this candle? Yeah, but at the same time, it did hit that ghost candle I had. These two. Now it's down. But essentially, the stock's gone nowhere. It's gone nowhere, right? I just rode this up. Okay. Closed there yesterday. It's back there. So what has essentially happened? Well, market makers have changed the sentiment of the market and made premiums cheaper for themselves. You have to ask yourself, what would you do in this situation if you were the market maker? See what I mean? Why is Apple at 205? Okay? These are all valid questions, in my opinion, that you need to ask yourself if you trade. With that said, could we be in for a sell? Sure. Absolutely. Again, can this turn into one big inverted head and shoulders and end of a week we rip? Absolutely. What do we got going on tomorrow? We got the 10-year note auction. But that should be pretty huge for the market. We also have BOJ, Summary of Opinions. Bank of Canada, same thing. That's going to move the market. Thursday, now we got data. We're coming in on data. Okay, remember? Fed's looking at data. We got mortgage rates. Remember the huge moves we've gotten from the 30-year bond auction, catching everybody off guard. We've got Fed speakers, Chinese inflation rate. Okay? There's some good stuff going on here. Still, we got some earnings. Bitcoin, I mean, again, inside day candle. Needs to break that or that. So ask yourself, here in the next few days, is Bitcoin going to break 49,000 or 58,000? Lots to think about. Anyways, we're going to get it tomorrow again. I think the JPM trade today was brilliant. I think the SPY trades were brilliant. I think Nvidia was brilliant. And we got 3 days left. So imagine how much sentiment can... If 1 hour of sells in this crazy-ass market can change your sentiment. If we make it up here, will you be trying for the handle if this becomes a cup? Just putting it out there. These are valid points to think about. Anyways, guys, love you guys. Hopefully you learned a lot today. Hopefully you made some money. We're going to make some more tomorrow. God bless. Downside, boom! Keep going! We're trying to move, baby!
$776 billion. Couple concepts on that.